Excellent. You're good. All right. Very excellent. All right. I'm going to just go with it and hope that you're all there. Okay. Anyway, I'm recording anyway. Worst case, I can do that. Alright, so into it. Hang on. Change the screen. So hello there everyone. Again, if you just came from my other reading, then this is of course about the business partners now. If you didn't, then hello for the first time. We'll be reading now about how MewSuperset is currently feeling towards Tulpacorn. How is MewSuperset currently feeling towards Tulpacorn? Now they're possibly about to go on their joint venture of building some place, as shown in their pictures, etc. Oh, look, we got all 5 cards at once. Isn't that nice? Alright. So we have Queen of Coins. I think I'll take it as it came, as it showed up. So Queen of Coins, Empress, Temperance, and these 2 cards are Ace of Wands and 2 of Swords. Okay. Alright, so first up we have Queen of Wands. Queen of Wands. Oh look, the black cat. I just thought of that. The black cat. Lucky. Remember Lucky? Yeah, alright. Queen of Wands, Pisces. Courage, confident, independence, focus, zest for life, determination, and joy. So right now regarding Tul, he is determined to possibly become independent and be happy with his life as it is right now. Empress. Or maybe he's feeling that Tul is feeling that way. It's possibly that too. Empress. Abundance, nurturing, fertility, feminine, good parenting, development, accomplishment, growth, evolution, and action. Empress is about, this card says divine feminine. And Queen of Coins. And then Temperance card, which of course is Sagittarius is next. This kind of feels to me like it's shifting. Like, at first I was like, oh, okay, this is all the good stuff he's thinking about Tul until he gets to here. But now I'm thinking, no, it feels like even this Queen of Coins is also Sagittarius. So the only connection these cards really have to Tool as such is the Two of Swords down here. Queen of Coins is Sagittarius. Empress is Divine Feminine, which, you know, we link more with Gulf than the other. Temperance is Sagittarius. Ace of Wands is Fire, which is something Tool doesn't have, so also Sagittarius. And then we come to Two of Swords, the old favourite card that, you know, he has Tool on one side and Gulf on the other. Oh, sorry if you've just joined. I am battling a cold, so you'll have to be patient with me about that. Excuse me a minute. So, yeah, like I said, at first I thought maybe could be talking about Tool, but this could be his thinking about Tool only in the sense of when it comes down to the decision. Two of Swords, frozen with indecision, unclear path, withholding, avoidance, stalemate, obstacles, and impasse. Either all these cards is something that he's coming to the conclusion that it's not possible with Tool, or all this is what he's thinking towards someone else, most likely Gulf, and then he comes to the standstill when he realizes, but I have to do something. I have to make a change if I want this future. So, yeah, anyway, we were at Empress here. So, as I said, Divine Feminine comes through with this card. Could also be because nurturing and good parenting. He could be really focused on that aspect at this point, just right now, this minute, because of the time he spent with Nini, baby Nini. It could be reminding him that he may not have the chance to have that himself if he sticks with Tool. Not as soon as he might hope, anyway. And then Temperance here. As I said, also Sagittarius. Balance, harmony, moderation, patience, being sensible, purpose, finding meaning. So, grounded, nurturing, caring, good parenting, purposeful, harmony. What else did I say? Purpose and finding meaning, yeah. So these three cards could be about when it comes to parenting or the possibility of becoming a parent. He is more in harmony with a Sagittarius, with Gulf, than with the other. And that's what he's possibly thinking right now, that, it, you know, if he really wants that in his life, if he's really attracted to that aspect in his life, if spending all that time with baby Nini is igniting that desire in his life, then he needs to make a decision, because deep down he knows he's not going to get anywhere in that way with Tool, perhaps. Or maybe he's going to ask Tool. You know, maybe Mew's going to approach Tool about it, and Tool's reaction or response to that is going to make the difference, possibly. Moving on to Ace of Wands. So this big juicy Ace of Wands. Gulf had this as well, Ace of Wands. And it is fire. So it does make me think, you know, he has a huge chance when it comes to this with a Sagittarius, with Gulf, because they are in harmony with what they want in regards to having kids. They sort of have the same sort of family life in mind. New project, inspiration, urge to create, willpower, desire, power, potential, beginnings, new opportunities and growth. This could also be talking about this new project that they're obviously doing with 2 other people. As I said in the other reading, I don't think that site is for a marital home or for a family home, because there are 2 other people also involved. It just gives the vibes of more of a business place than a family home to me, which it could very well be. It could be another place for a business to pop up. Maybe another clinic or something, who knows. Otherwise, the house is just so big. Like, yeah, anyway. But it could be that. It could be that maybe he makes a decision regarding that project. Maybe he decides to step away from it. To focus on something else. Sorry, guys. Alright, let's get some clarifiers for these cards. So, Aquarius, what can you tell us about this Queen of Coins here? 4 of Wands, divine coupling, homecoming, and commemoration. Alright, and the Empress. What about this Empress here? What can you tell us about this Empress card, please, Aquarius? Three of Coins. Okay, and what about Temperance? Can you give us a card for Temperance, please? Whoa. Got 3 cards for Temperance. Page of Wands. Page of Wands came up before. There it is. Death. Interesting. This is coming up again sort of in the area of clouds and thinking. Or, yeah, thinking. And the Chariot. Yep. Inspiration. Free spirit to transform, make a change, end something. And the Chariot, determined to take action with that. Interesting. And remember, Temperance is Gulf, or Sagittarius. What about this Ace of Wands here? Whoop. Almost bent that card. Ace of Wands is Ace of Wands. Look at that. Alright, and then 2 of Swords. What's this 2 of Swords about? The Hangman. So, seeing things from a different perspective. Alright, so let's go back here. So 4 of Wands. Let's pull that up first. 4 of Wands. Celebration, joy, harmony, marriage, home, community, homecoming. And also on this card it said divine coupling, homecoming, commemoration. So this could be me thinking about wanting to have that homecoming or that reunion with Gulf, because as we said, this is all like Gulf here until it gets to this card. But if we make it about Tool, it could be that Mew is determined to believe that he is meant to be with Tool, that they are divinely coupled, that they are destined to be together, that things are going to work out for them. Really doesn't agree with the other reading, though, if I say that, does it? It's, you know, clouds here. Unless he is deliberately, you know, trying to disillusion himself. Could be that, I suppose, with clouds. Because remember, up here, there is some sort of... Page of Swords was in reverse, wasn't it? Pretty sure. Yeah, it was, wasn't it? There is some sort of untruth up here. Some sort of deception, manipulation in his life regarding his love life. There is some kind of misbalance or disharmony as well. But he's going for it, possibly, you know. That could make sense that, you know, Mew doesn't care what the universe and possibly other people like us Waanjai say his destiny is. He wants mutiny. So he's going for it anyway. But what Gulf's going to do next may change things, as we saw in the other readings. It's possible something Gulf says or does is possibly going to trigger Mew into action. Either way, whether he's, you know, really for this thing with Tool or not. On the other hand, as I said, it does feel like, because this is Sagittarius and this is Divine Feminine and this is Sagittarius and this is Sagittarius, is fire and then doesn't really get to air until Two of Swords down here. And this is coins, yes, but it's not Virgo. So, yeah, it really does feel like he doesn't really think about Tool until it comes to the decision he has to make. He's thinking more about a homecoming or a reunion with Gulf. Three of coins here. Collaborating with Gulf. Maybe he's thinking about how he can do this in a way that brings everybody in harmony, perhaps. And then Temperance here. Union, purposeful, wishful thinking, I think was in here too. No, that's Star, isn't it? Just hoping for peace and harmony and balance. Alchemizing pain into power as well is also part of it. And then Page of Wands, being inspired to make a change. Maybe being triggered to make a change and to be determined to see it through. So yeah, it could be. And then of course we have Ace of Wands, which was also what followed in Gulf's reading as well. The Ace of Wands. That big juicy Ace of Wands. The opportunity to have a new passion for love and life. Have a new start. Passionate new beginnings. Deep desire. Igniting desire, an aphrodisiac, all that. And then finally we come to the Swords here, or possibly Libra, which is Tool. And he's kind of harshly reminded that he has a decision to make. The Hanged Man here, new perspective, enlightenment, and feeling liberated. Yeah. So what the Two of Swords of being unclear and avoiding a certain decision, a stalemate, obstacles, impasse, etc. Suddenly he has a different perspective on that and he's more ready to make that decision. That's what it looks like. Let's move on to Three of Coins because I haven't done all these cards yet. Make sure you get to see all of them. Three of Coins. Teamwork, collaboration, learning, implementation, building something. Now, building something could also refer to this building that they've just shown, because that would definitely be in collaboration. So it's not just the two of them. There's two other people involved. Could be that. Then, what are we up to? Page of Wands. Inspiration, ideas, discovery, limitless potential, free spirit, exploration, excitement, and freedom. And then death comes next. So making a change to that. So maybe before the change happens, he's feeling all free-spirited and excited and inspired and limitless potential of what he could do moving forward with all these business things to do with Tool. But then if we reflect on the other reading, possibly Golf comes along with this, not so much ultimatum, but more just communication of, I'm done, I've had enough, I'm going to walk away. And that's going to trigger Mew into this change, death. Because death is also a Scorpio card. Endings, beginnings, change, transformation, transition, metamorphosis, and end of cycle. Also, as I said earlier in the other reading, Aquarius, the moon in Aquarius is happening right now, or will happen in a day or so, and Pluto and Jupiter are in conjunct with Aquarius. So, and Pluto is Scorpio. Pluto is linked to Scorpio, so this could be, as I said earlier, it's like this moon in Aquarius is going to shine a light on what's important to you, what you want to strive for, what you want to focus on, what you should be focused on, what's really important to you, what you should let go of, etc. Well, beginnings and endings. He's either got to let Golf go entirely and let Golf walk, or he's got to make the change necessary to keep Golf in his life. And if we go back to the other reading, Mew looked like he was not going to let Golf walk. So I would say it's the other. You know, he's going to do everything he can to keep Golf in his life, rather. Ace of Wands. Big juicy Ace of Wands. New project, inspiration, urge to create, willpower, desire, power, potential, beginnings, new opportunities, and growth. Now, if you go back to the idea of this all just being about the new house, it's possible. It is possible. But it seems like such a coincidence that there is so much fire influence here, that there is so much Sagittarius in particular here, and then we also get Scorpio. It's still, even with these clarifying cards, the only real air energy or Virgo energy, so Libra or Virgo energy that I'm getting, is down here where the decision is. Everything else is not to do with that. What are we up to? The Hangman. The Hanged Man. Pause, surrender, letting go, new perspective, enlightenment, viewing things differently than before, deep insight, sacrifice, change and release. Change and release could be something. I will say though, the Hangman card was sort of like this, so kind of makes me want to look at reversed as well, just sort of to find the balance between. Reversed is delays, standstill, resistance, stalling, indecision, fear of sacrifice, and lack of control. So all those sort of relate as well, I think, because this big decision at the bottom here is clearly whether he's going to end things with Tool or Golf. Two of Swords, Tool or Golf, Tool or Golf. But regarding, the other readings, I think it's, he's definitely going to lean more towards keeping Golf in his life than this current thing going on with Tool. Alright, and then let's get some Lenormand cards to shed a different light on it all. So 4 of Wands and Queen of Coins. What can you tell us about these cards, little deck? Queen of Coins and 4 of Wands. Is this about Mew having this new building project with Tool and possibly some friends of building a home for them to move into in the future? Or is this more about homecoming with Golf? Fish. Money. It's about money. Okay. Possibly financial stability. What about 3 of Pearls and Empress here? What are these cards about? Are these about him looking at his potential life with Tool in the future and having kids? Or is this more about him looking towards a potential life with someone else? We have the Public card here, Garden. Alright, and then what about Temperance and Page of Wands, Death and the Chariot here? Can you give me a card or two about these cards, please, little deck? What's this Temperance card? It's Sagittarius energy again. So is this possibly Golf he's considering here? Having a change? This big change would be regarding Golf. Oh, goodness. Alright, hang on, let me put those there. So, first card that showed up was Bouquet there. There's a lot of cards down here, but there's about 3 upright and 4 not. I'll take the 3 that are upright here. Just put them there. And pick up the ones that are still upside down. And keep them that way, because I think that's too many cards. At least for now. I'll just put them aside there. Oh, hang on, you can't see that. Put them, you still can't see that. I chose the wrong place to put the cards. There's the cards there, see? These are the ones I picked up. This is the deck here. I'll put the deck up there. And then the cards that fell on the floor are there. The 3 that showed up, that were facing up, are here. So add them to this bouquet here. We have Clouds. Hang on. Bouquet, Clouds, Man, and Fox. Okay. So hang on. Let me see this the other way. Bouquet, Clouds, Man, and Fox. Well, as I said, Chariot, Death, and everything is related to like the change, possible change that was also in his other reading here. And what did we get? Clouds. So Clouds is certainly in alignment with that. The bouquet here could be meaning that the happy-go-lucky picture they're showing to the public, if we go back here, is actually unclear or masked an illusion about what's really happening with this man behind the scenes. Fox behind the scenes, in secret, on the sly, even. Okay, and these cards, how many are there? It's 5. No, I was thinking I could relate them to that, but no. No. I'll just put them on the top here and shuffle again. So, Ace of Wands, double Ace of Wands. So definitely, you know, Ace of Wands is definitely about having a new passion for love and life, igniting a desire or reigniting a desire, some kind of chemistry really coming to life, possibly even fertility. That sounds like possible chance of, you know, planning to have kids maybe, and go for it, etc. Or if it is about that house, it could just be, you know, go for it. Make this house, make this dream house with your friends kind of thing. Or if it's about golf, as we said, you know, masking a sad, uncertain situation with the happy bouquet, but having like secrets behind the scenes with this man, which this man I would say is probably tall, because as I've explained before, golf usually comes up as the woman. And if we're going back to here, talking about the divine feminine and Queen of Coins here, you know, they're Sagittarius. This is like saying that there's some confusion, or there's an illusion that's being shown to the public regarding a man. And I don't usually like make it about genders or anything, but this really kind of is shouting out to me right now that this is feminine, this is masculine, so they can't be the same person. So it's almost like a confirmation that this is definitely not tall, if that makes sense, but this is. So what's this double Ace of Wands about? There's obviously a lot of passion, a lot of chemistry, a lot of desire happening behind the scenes here with Mew. But what is it about? Is it about moving forward with Tool, the way things are planned, or is it about possibly reigniting a flame with somebody else who he wants to have in his future and have kids with, etc.? If we go back to the other reading, you know, the Oracle reading in particular, it was really pointing at that Mew said he wanted golf in his future. He had dreams about having him in his future. He wanted to grow old with golf. He still felt he was his soulmate. Golf felt he was his twin flame. It was all there in the Oracle reading. So what's happening here with the 2 Ace of Wands? Scythe. Okay, so if this is about Tool, then this could be about cutting all chances with going forward with Tool, perhaps. Or making a very sharp decision, come here, about what he's doing right now regarding Tool. And what about 2 of Swords and the Hanged Man? Little deck, what can you tell me about these cards? So this card is like he's got golf on one side and Tool on the other, and he's really not making a decision, but this time we have the Hanged Man in pairing with it, which means that he is ready to make that decision. So what's this decision all about? Is it he's finally going to walk away from this situationship he's in with this man here, with Tool? He's going to walk away from it. He's going to realign his life. Is that a flip? No. He's possibly going to return to his true love, his divine feminine, the one he's meant to be with, the one who has dreams the same as him of a family life, having kids of their own, etc. We have Incense Burner. Incense burner could be referring to the hermit thing of going within and cleaning your act up, getting yourself together. I might get another card though. So that's the incense burner, but what's that followed by? After he does clear his mind or clear the air about what he truly, deeply wants, then what can you tell us, little deck? Or is that asking too much? After this decision that he chooses to possibly clear his life of this situation with Tool, what will be the most likely outcome, I suppose? What will be the most likely outcome? Whoa. 4 cards here. Should I read them though? Well, I asked, didn't I? I specifically asked that question, so I suppose I should see what's come up. So we have stork, mice, heart, ring. So he's clearing his life and moving on from basically, well, mice, heart, and ring. It's like saying there's no love there anymore. There's no desire. There's no desire to get married anymore. There's no desire to pursue this relationship anymore. So he's going to clear his life, his mind, possibly his heart even, and move on. Or if you want to look at it in a different way, it could be he's clearing his mind of what he feels he left behind or lost, and possibly having a new perspective. If you put the hangman in there, having a new perspective of maybe what I had back then is not lost and I can have it again, in regards to, of course, golf in that case, which would agree with the other readings. Is there anything else you can add to this fish over here to give us a better idea? What's this money situation with the 4 of Wands and the Queen of Coins over here? Is it about a home? Is it about being financially secure before making a drastic decision? See the way that dropped? I feel that that's more to go with the public card here. But, alright, let's see. Snake. If I put that connected with those two like that. Something false. Something that's in the public eye. Being false. Or lies. Alright. What about the scythe down here? Can you tell me more about this scythe? Can you add more to this Ace of Wands and the scythe? So is it that he doesn't have that passion for love and life anymore in regards to Tool, perhaps? Is that what this scythe is about? Or he's making a very strong decision based on this feeling for someone else, maybe? What's this scythe here for, please, little deck? And I'll finish there. I just feel like that card on its own is... What was that? Was that a card? What just fell on me then? Hang on. I have to do this anyway. wasn't that, was it? No, that was... It's another one of those phantom things, guys. I swear something fell on me then. Something fell on my knee. I felt it, but I have nothing to show for it. So it wasn't a card anyway, obviously. Anyway, I'll probably find out later what it was. Did the charm fall off? That's what it was. That's what it was. The soccer ball fell off again. I wonder if that means anything. I was asking about the scythe, wasn't I? Making a strong decision. The last thing I said was possibly making a strong decision based on this newfound passion. That was what I said last, wasn't it? Here we got letter as well here. Scythe and letter. Ending a contract. Ending an agreement. Ending an engagement. Ending communication. Still could be either though. Well, maybe that's why the soccer ball dropped, to tell me this is regarding golf. Ending communication. Well, no. I said based on the passion he was going to make this decision, didn't I? So no, this is more like he's going to end the contract or the engagement or the whatever it is that is upsetting his relationship with golf, because he wants to have a new start and work again, possibly be with him again. So he's going to make this decision to clear his life and hide of whatever this deception is that's in the public eye, and move on, possibly with golf. But this reading doesn't seem to go there. It's like this is all before that, if that makes sense. And I know this was meant to be about how Mew feels about Tool, but I mean, if you really force it to be about Tool up here, then this snake turning up like this is still not good news for them. It's like, that's like saying everything they're showing the public is false. Like they're hiding behind a mask, but they're actually quite confused behind the scenes about each other. And based on that, they may end things. Does that make sense? We're here. Hi guys. Alright, yeah, I can't really add any more to that. That's already cards all over the table. So what I'll do is I'll just screenshot that and then pack it up. Oh well, Incense Burner just decided to show up again, so definitely Mew needs to cleanse something out of his life, clear the air about something, and that's the decision that he is going to make. How he does it though, don't know. Will it be similar to what he just did with his IG? I don't know. I think, you know, it's all talk. It's been all talk up to now regarding him and Golf, regarding him and Tool. He really needs to have more action to his words moving forward. And I think that's what Golf is going to be looking for if it's anything to do with that. Then Golf is going to want to see action. Not promises that can be broken. He wants to see action. Alright, let's go to the other half. So how is Tulpacorn currently feeling towards Mew Superset? Can he sense that there is a change in feelings going on? That whatever the truth is behind everything, that Mew is definitely soul-searching and, you know, reconsidering from a new perspective his future life? We have the Full, Knight of Cups, and Summer Solstice. One of those special cards. Alright. First of all, the Fool. The Fool is a new start. This could be with or without Tool, I think. Or, if this is more from Tool's perspective, this could be Tool thinking he's going to have a new start. New beginnings, possibilities, innocence, spontaneous, optimism, trust in life, blind faith, adventure, opportunity, and pleasure. Well, the Fool is linked to Aquarius, so it could be that he knows. He knows that Mew is looking for a new start, a new beginning. Knight of Cups. Knight of Cups, of course. We had it. Here. Happens to be in this area. Knight of Cups. Which, as I said, has Scorpio and Libra on it. Creativity, romantic charm, imagination, beauty, knight in shining armor, following the heart, Prince Charming, and proposals. This could be Tool realizing that Mew wants a new beginning and wants to follow his heart. Could be that. If it's more positive, it could be Tool thinks that they're getting off to a great start and they have so much potential and opportunity ahead of them with their creativity and imagination. Yeah, I can't really say just yet. Anyway, moving on, the Summer Solstice. Summer Solstice. Pinnacle of success. Timing a few weeks. Let go of control. Celebrate life. Have fun and summer. Well, it's not summer there. And it's not summer here either. A few weeks, let go of control, celebrate life, and have fun. Let go of control, this could be like, if Mew does make the decision to walk away from Tool, he'll just let it happen and focus on having a new start himself, possibly. Alright, can I get at least 2 more cards, please, into it, of how Tulpacorn is currently feeling towards Mew Superset? Yeah, 1 more. Whoops. Oh, are you kidding? That's been in there the whole time. Anyway. That was just the title card, guys. Alright, we have 8 of coins and 5 of wands. 8 of coins, working on something, dedication to craft, sticking to it, mastery, commitment. And 5 of wands, personality clashes, competition, arguing, chaos, misunderstandings, opposition, temper, and lost opportunity. Funny, it all ends with that card. If it was all looking good for him regarding Mew, it certainly doesn't look good when it ends with that. Excuse me a minute, guys. Goodness, so congested. Alright. I haven't got summer solstice, but I told you what that is anyway. Hang on, let's move these round the right way. Alright, and then 8 of coins. Well, 8 of coins. 8 of coins persistently comes up in regards to Tool. And the thing I said last time when it came up is it really does look like this man in this card here could be Tool, and he's away from the world, he's isolated, and he's working on making his own money. It could also be looked at as having like selfish intentions. Where did that come from? So it could be that too. Or it could just be Tool wants to keep at it. He wants to make this relationship work. Despite all the personality clashing, competition, arguing, chaos, misunderstandings, temper, stress and tension, etc. there is between him and Mew. Or there is involved, just in general. Let's go 5 of wands, so you can see what I'm talking about. Five of wands. Competition, rivalry, conflict, disagreements, strife, and tension. So yeah. It's a fire card, so it could also be like Tool might be looking at if you go to the competition. It could be he's focusing on that aspect of it. Where like he might be working on trying to eliminate the competition. And sort of having, if you go back to the full like blind faith that he can eliminate the competition. He might still think he has a chance fighting destiny. Funny because I'm seeing the Knight of Cups in reverse right now and it says unrequited lover. It just kind of makes me think of that. Anyway, alright, hang on, not this one. Let's clarify with the cards we usually use for Tool, which is the Light Seers deck. Okay, Light Seers, so please tell us more about this Fool card, please, for how Tulpacorn is currently feeling towards Mew Superset. Tell us more about this Fool card, please. Three of Cups. Oh goodness, there's 4 cards here. Three of Cups, King of Wands, the Moon, and Six of Wands. Wow. So yeah, like I said, might have blind faith that he can beat the competition, because this is like Three of Cups. That's third party energy for a start. And then King of Wands is Sagittarius, so like Gulf. Actually, I think King of Wands is also Scorpio, but we'll check that in a minute. And then the Moon. Secretly, you know, still having feelings. Mew still secretly having feelings for this King of Wands, perhaps. He thinks he can be victorious about eliminating this competition. Possibly. Or if we put it in another way, Three of Cups, working with Mew and possibly these other two people. King of Wands. No, you know what? I'm not going to say anymore. I'm going to look at the cards first, because I don't want to make a mistake. But let's let's look at the cards first, actually. All right. So first of all, Three of Cups. Celebration, friendship, collaboration, creativity, community, and happiness. So yeah, see, he's believing in that. He's believing in the collaboration, in the friendship, believing that that will conquer all, kind of, if we jump to the Six of Wands here. Then what about the King of Wands? I was right. King of Wands is Scorpio and Sagittarius here. So as you can see, King of Wands would be Gulf, in other words. But it also can mean natural leader, visionary, entrepreneur, big picture, overcoming challenges, mature and career focused. And it also is related to the Sun. So it could be that Tool thinks he can be victorious over Destiny, which would be Gulf reuniting with Mew, because Mew still has strong feelings for Gulf in secret. Something like that. The Moon. Let's get the Moon up. The Moon, the Moon, the Moon. And funnily enough, the last time I saw the Moon too, the Moon is Pisces, but it also has, if you notice, there's 2 dogs and a scorpion here. Scorpion as in Scorpio. This could be Gulf, this could be the 2 dogs. And you know, the 2 dogs, one of them is fully facing the Moon, while the other is sort of half, like they're side on. I just feel like the side on dog could be looking back as well as looking forward, whereas the other one is only looking forward. So that's like a metaphor that perhaps secretly Mew is looking back because he hasn't let go. Maybe he's convinced Tool that he let go, but he hasn't. Or maybe it's even to say unfinished business with a scorpion, with Scorpio, with Gulf. Maybe Tool is that convinced, you know, blind faith, that everything between Mew and Gulf was an illusion, or, you know, was, what do you say, imaginary, not real, just a ship. Maybe he's convinced himself of that, and he thinks because of that that he will be victorious in the end because he is the real deal, possibly. Let's get the Six of Wands up. Public recognition, victory, progress, self-confidence. So see, he could be thinking he'll be victorious because he's got the public exposure on his side. Everybody right now in the world is like, he is Mew's fiancé. So what chance does someone hiding in the shadows have, you know? It could be like that. Or it could be, if you go the other way, it could be that he is totally aware of Mew's change of heart. He knows what's coming. He knows that Mew is going to try to reunite with this King of Wands in secret, and that they will be victorious when they come out because they have a lot of support, and not to mention the universe supports them, and they are destined to be together. It could be that too. What about this Knight of Cups? Please give me, whoops, some cards for Knight of Cups. So that's a lot of cards again, but anyway, we got Five of Pentacles, left behind, left in the cold, the Star, and Two of Wands. So Knight of Cups, if we go back to how I said, if I go back to how I said just then, of how he may actually know, he may have the intuition that things are changing, that Mew is going to pick Gulf, then this Knight of Cups would mean that he did pick Gulf, and that he's feeling left behind, that Aquarius, or Mew, is leaving him behind, and their plans for the future, Two of Wands, may not happen. Or no, this would be Mew planning to do things, possibly without him though. He's leaving him behind. All right, what about this winter solstice? Can you give us anything for this? Sorry, not winter, summer solstice. Can you give us anything for this summer solstice card, Lightseers? I said in a few weeks, let go of control, celebrate life, have fun, summer. Is this about Tool finding his feet after a possible breakup with Mew? After a change of plan? What's this summer solstice about, please? We have Temperance. Temperance. Same as... Was it here or was it a different reading? Am I thinking Gulf's reading was Temperance? Either way, we have had Temperance today. Excuse me. Oh, I know what it was. It was Mew's reading to Tool, wasn't it? He had Temperance because we had so much Sagittarius influence in the reading, and Temperance was one of them. Right, so in other words, Mew has plans with a Sagittarius. Mew has plans with a reunion, with reuniting, with being in harmony with a Sagittarius, right? All right, and then what about Eight of Coins here? Tell us more about this Eight of Coins, please, Lightseers. Tell us more about this Eight of Coins, please, Lightseers. Whoa, careful. I only saw one card then that fell, and that was Six of Pentacles. These ones that fell, there's too many. I'm not doing that. So Six of Pentacles. We had Six of Pentacles. Was it up there? No, again, it was in a different reading. But yeah, Six of Pentacles, there was something about... It was Golf's reading, wasn't it? It was Golf's reading. We had Six of Pentacles about wanting to have an equal give and take. And with that being here too, perhaps Tool wants the same. He wants to be able to agree to disagree when it all comes to it. What about this Five of Wands? Tell me more about this Five of Wands, Lightseers. Well, maybe the Eight of Coins and Six of Pentacles is about splitting things up, you know, like I've said before. If they do publicly separate, then, you know, splitting assets. Queen of Cups with the Five of Wands. So Queen of Cups. Queen of Cups is Pisces. So this is like a confirmation that, yes, the arguing is happening between him and Mew, because it could be Mew's Pisces side that is not agreeing with Tool, because Tool's all about business, all about money. Mew's more romantic and, you know, dreaming to have a family, etc. That side of him doesn't agree with Tool, possibly. Only his logical side agrees with Tool, which makes them great to be business partners. Makes awesome pair to be business partners and to be successful with all that, but doesn't make them great lovers. It's incompatible in that sense. Alright. So the last thing we looked up was this. So let's go back here so you see all the cards. Five of Coins. So left out in the cold. Tool is feeling left out in the cold. Financial loss, lack of mindset, loss, isolation, worry, need, poverty, and insecurity. Could even be that he's feeling insecure about future plans with Mew because he knows that secretly Mew still has feelings for Golf. It could be like that. Moving on to the Star. I feel more congested in this second reading. That could mean something, you know. They've got more clouds in their reading. Golf is clear on what he wants, and I have to say today, the way I'm feeling, I was feeling the clearest and less congested. I even said it to you. I remember saying while I was reading for Golf, I might not be congested by the end of this reading because I was feeling that clearing up feeling when I was reading for Golf, but now it's all come back tenfold with these ones. Goodness. Alright. Sorry guys. Right, so the Star. Hope, calm, faith, purpose, renewal, spirituality, fortune, good omen, and rejuvenation. And this is he's feeling left out in the cold. More than anything, the Star is an Aquarius card, which is why I straight away said he's feeling left out in the cold because Mew is leaving him behind. But it could also be, you know, he's lost hope. Or he's lost the idea of a good omen, perhaps, you know, almost bad omen. There's so many bad omens surrounding them. Alright, and then Two of Wands. Planning, progress, making decisions, discovery, leaving home, and travel plans. And it is a fire card. So as I said, this seems, especially because the next card is Temperance as well, this seems like Mew is shifting. Mew is shifting towards Golf. And I think Tool knows it. I don't think Tull is fighting it. When I said that at the beginning, I only said that because it's a possibility, but I don't think he's fighting it. I think Tull knows. Deep down he knows what's meant to be, what's happening, how Mew is feeling, and that, he just can't. He hasn't got a chance fighting destiny. So this one down here, 8 of Coins and 6 of Pentacles, could be him working on things constantly in the background to try and find the right time, the right situation, and the right way to end things. It could be like that. Even though I know it's contradictory to what they're feeding the media with all the interviews and everything. But celebrities are like that. They'll all, oh yeah, we're fine, or oh yes, we're good, we're still together. And then suddenly, all of a sudden, you hear there's a breakup. Or there's a confirmed breakup. That, rumors that these 2 people broke up has turned out to be true, blah, it's like that. So, yeah, like, with anything, like, you can't really trust 100% what you're hearing on the social media. With that being said, you can't trust 100% what I'm saying either. You need to make up your own mind about, what these cards mean to you, etc. But what I'm getting here is definitely, based on the other reading as well, Mew is not going to let Gulf just walk out of his life. Maybe Tull hoped that it would go down that way, but Mew's not going to have it. Mew knows that Gulf is in his life for an important reason, a reason that he can't just let him walk out. Soulmate, twin flame, either way, a special bond, that he can't just let this person walk out of his life. So he will do whatever it takes to prevent that in the end. And that could be as drastic as saying goodbye to Tull. And Tull knows this. I think he's almost ready. He's kind of ready. He's ready to be left behind. He's ready to be left behind and to sort of start again. That's what I get overall with all the readings I've done in the last possibly two or 3 months. That Tull is somewhat prepared for the unfortunate outcome. And he's ready just to get back up on his 2 feet and go again. Hang on, have I? I haven't, have I? Temperance, pull Temperance up again. Balance, harmony, moderation, patience, being sensible, purpose, finding meaning. Perhaps this is even saying that Tull is finding it hard to find purpose and meaning in their plans anymore, because while they may make a lot of plans, it just doesn't seem to fulfill them or fulfill Mew, more or less. So, he's could be feeling at a loss in that regard. Six of Pentacles. Giving, receiving, sharing wealth, generosity, and charity. Like I said, it could be, working out the right way, the right time to end things. Could also be about, as I said, splitting assets. They've got businesses together now, so they have to consider that. How they can be fair to all the people they're possibly in collaboration with, as well as how they can both get out of life what they want moving forward. In this case, pursuing their true love for Mew and Tull, because I'm pretty sure for Tull there's someone as well. If he hasn't met them yet, there is someone, but it's possible he's already met them. And then 5 of Wands with Queen of Cups. Queen of Cups. So this is the one I was saying is
by saying it was Pisces. Queen of Cups. Well, it's not. And I think I made this same mistake last time, didn't I? It's not Pisces, it's Gemini. It's Gemini. Gemini and Cancer? Is it? I think so. Yeah, Gemini and Cancer. So maybe this is even about someone else. Maybe this is, like I just mentioned, someone else on Tool's side. Possibly a Gemini that maybe they didn't totally agree or weren't feeling compatible back in the past, but maybe that will be revisited. And he's possibly working on that in the background as well. Maybe. Anyway, Queen of Cups, compassion, comfort, calm, nurturing, healing, emotionally stable, intuitive and caring. Could even be intuitive, as I said up here. He's intuitive of Mew wanting a new start with someone. And down here he could also be intuitive of how they're having all this personality clashing and arguments for a reason. He could be starting to become more aware of the incompatibility between them, perhaps. Alright, and then little deck. What can you add to this spread? Oh. Alright, well we got 3 cards and I have all these cards, so I think I'll take them. So sun, child, bird. Sun, child, bird. Yeah. So sun, clarity, or Mew himself, the sun, wants to have a new start. Wants to have a new start, possibly even wants children. And wants to talk to someone about that. Or two birds on the birds card could mean couple as well. It could mean, you know, could be referring to them talking about it, or could be referring to him knowing that Mew's going to talk to Golf about it. Alright, and then 5 of Pentacles and the Star and 2 of Wands, wasn't it? Along with the Knight of Cups. So Knight of Cups, 5 of Pentacles, the Star and 2 of Wands. His plans of a love life with Mew, he knows he's going to be left behind. Because that's destiny. Cross. Destiny is that he will be left behind. Or burden. The burden of them going ahead with this planned love life is that they will be at a loss. They will suffer possibly financial loss since it's coins, but also possibly other loss. But I get more this is destiny. This is saying, this is really like pointing out to Tool that you know this is not the way it's meant to be. You know Mew is divinely coupled with someone else. You know that it is destined for you to be left behind. And then winter solstice with the Temperance card here. Sorry, I'm out of the picture there. Sorry guys, I'm getting a bit lazy now as time goes on. So what's this what's this summer solstice and the Temperance about? Please, little deck. Is this Temperance card indeed Golf? Is this Mew? Is this Tool knowing that Mew has plans to go towards Golf, to pursue Golf? Book and Snake here. So lies and deception. And I also I saw a scythe just before. Sort of flipped and I saw it, so in a couple of weeks, summer solstice. What? Let go of control, celebrate life, have fun. So end the lies and deception. Look, scythe with book and snake here. End the lies and deception. End the lies and deception regarding temperance, or if this is regarding Sagittarius, then it could be end the lies and deception so that you can be with Gulf, or if it's the other way, temperance was about harmony, etc. It could be that their compatibility of being a couple that can get married was all lies and deception, and they're going to end that by possibly breaking up. I'm not sure about in a few weeks though. I don't know if it would be that soon, but plans possibly. Or this was no, Two of Wands came out for that one, didn't it? So no, in a few weeks maybe we'll hear something that will change the storyline again. Maybe. What about this Eight of Coins and Six of Pentacles? Wait, I just saw that card. Rider. In other words, news. So what I was saying about maybe Tool is behind the scenes working on the best way and the best time and the best approach to break the news, to end things. And remember, I've said before, I know I haven't shown it to you, my grand tableau, but I do have proof that I did one. I just haven't got it out yet. There's so much involved with reviewing a grand tableau. I think I can't do it. I can't do it on the side. If I'm going to do a grand tableau in the future, I will definitely do it live. So you have at least some form of proof, that I did it that day and that you were watching me pull these cards, etc. Because I just never get around to it the other way. So I think next time I'll make it a live one. But yeah, the grand tableau that I am working on in the background that I have continuously kept referring to, Tool is the messenger. Tool is the messenger, the rider. Tool is the one who will say something or will actually spill the news in the end. So this also agrees with that. And then Five of Wands with Queen of Cups here. Is this about Tool really giving into his intuition that he is not as compatible with Mew as maybe he once thought? Or maybe it's about someone else altogether. That's too many cards. Oh. Well, I tried to refuse the deck and the deck said, no, you're going to see these cards because they came up like that. So we have woman, tree, that's family member, female family member that you're comfortable with in secret, in clouds, ship, star, key. Goodness, that's so many cards. Could even be, dare I say, no. Oh, well, I suppose tree could be strong bond. maybe if we think about Gemini, the Queen of Cups being Gemini for a second, and we go to that Gemini, then this woman could possibly be tall in that dynamic, and perhaps he's thinking back to that, thinking, maybe we had more in common than we thought. We have such a strong bond. I still feel it. I'm very comfortable with this person. And in secret, I do miss them. And I'm feeling unsure about where I'm headed right now, regarding my dreams and everything. So maybe I need to try again with this person. Something like that. Otherwise, like, the woman in the tree straight away makes me think the family member that's been pushing all this to happen. Possibly with the moon, they're being exposed. The woman being exposed and being pushed out of her comfort zone. The clouds clearing on just where life is headed for Tool, and then, continuing to chase his dreams. Obviously ones that do not include Mew. How else to put that? I suppose the other possibility is that if Tool is not as, let me just say, gay as we think, if he is interested in any, perhaps this is a woman that he's destined to meet, that will be the right match for him. And, may not be someone in particular just yet. It could be he's, chasing true love. His chance of true love with someone out there, he may start pursuing again after things are cleared up. I mean, the Five of Wands here, the competition, the arguing, the chaos, the misunderstandings, opposition. This could be if, let's say, Tool suddenly goes against whoever this person is that's in charge of everything. I said this in the other reading too, where just suddenly Tool stops cooperating and suddenly is in opposition with this person, this woman, possibly family member. Then, pushing himself out of his comfort zone, exposing everything for what it is, coming out with, secret feelings, clearing the air, and then going on with his journey, chasing his dreams, whatever that may encounter. Or entail, I should say. Alright. Bit confusing there at the end, but I think we got mostly what it was all about. Let me just try to capture all this if possible. Yeah, so I'm not gonna. No, that's alright. Okay, I think I've got everything. Print screen. Okay, pack these up and then we will do the oracle reading. Now, the oracle reading for MewGulf turned out to be quite different I mean, it still agreed with it, but it was quite different to the tarot reading. So I wonder if it will turn out the same for these two. Will the oracle reading be in agreement 100%, or will it also show a sort of different side to the situation? We'll find out. Look out. Almost left a card out. I'll pack that up later. Okay. Alright, so we start with cosmic for these two, don't we? Oi. Excuse me. Alright, so cosmic. How does Mu Superset currently feel towards Tulpacorn? 3 or more cards. How does Mu Superset currently feel towards Tulpacorn? Since the nature of the other readings, I'll say this. How does Mu Superset currently feel towards Tulpacorn, if at all, right now? Because he seems to be thinking about somebody else a lot. So, is he even thinking about Tul right now? Oh. Okay, well, I think you all can see that pretty clearly. Liar, be careful of someone sneaky. Gambling, problems with addiction or gambling, bad finances. Oh my goodness. And Earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. I can't really spell it out any clearer for you there, guys. That's... whew, okay. That's, yeah, that's really... That's obviously me waking up to the way things are, right? Would it be too much to ask for 2 more cards, Cosmic? Because I don't want to break the pattern. We've had 5 cards or more for everything this reading so far. So if I could get 2 more cards, please. 2 more cards of why Mew is feeling this way towards Tul, someone else. Well, yeah, that's pretty obvious, isn't it? I mean, I said it at the beginning. It seems like Mew has his mind on somebody else a lot more than Tul right now. Since I only got one card there, maybe I should just be happy with 4 cards. Am I right, Cosmic? If you don't give me another card right now, I'm going to be happy with 4. So, do you have anything else to say about how Mew Superset is currently feeling about Tulpacorn, Cosmic? One more try. Nah, okay. That was 2, I know. I was like, come on. Nah. Alright. I think 4 will be it then. I mean, as I said, that's pretty straightforward right there. That is pretty straightforward right there. Can't sugarcoat that. Alright. So, Shady, what can you add to these cards about how Mew Superset is currently feeling towards Tulpacorn? So the Liar card. Apathy. Ignite your passion, for it's the antidote to indifference. Indifference, disinterest, detachment. So perhaps Mew has lost his trust in the situation with him and Tul. So he's really not caring anymore. I mean, that would really agree with the looks we've been seeing. Hang on, let me pull that card up for you. You can see clearly these ones, right? So I'll just get Shady for you. And long and behold, this card in particular has sunflowers on it. So, yeah, obviously, just even the words, ignite your passion, for it's the antidote to indifference. So at the moment towards Tul, be careful of someone sneaky. He's feeling Tul hasn't been honest with him. So he's feeling indifference, disinterest, and detachment from Tul. And possibly he's reigniting his passion for a sunflower, with apathy having sunflower in it there. He's possibly reigniting his passion for someone else, for golf, in the meantime. And what about this gambling card? Shady. Rejection. Hang on, let me just pull that up first. Rejection. Through the sting of being left out, we discover our own inner worth. Denial, dismissal, exclusion. Problems with addiction or gambling, bad finances. Denial, dismissal, exclusion. Perhaps Mew was in denial. He